Hey guys, welcome back to Pete's Garage. On this episode, we're going to talk about checking and changing the anodes, as well as how to replace the thermostat. Now, we're going to be doing this on a 50 horsepower Tohatsu. So if you've got a 40 or a 60, these steps will work for you. If you've got anything else, you need to check the owner's manual. All right, so the anodes on your outboard. This is, again, something that you need to visually check every time before you go on the water. And what you're looking for with these is if they're at a 50% wear or more, it's time to replace them. So you can do a quick visual inspection of the outside ones as you're getting ready to go in the water. And if you see any of those need to get replaced, then go ahead and replace them. Now the inner anodes, if you're starting to see wear on the outer to where you're replacing outer, it's a good chance you need to look at the inner ones and go ahead and replace those. The manual says that you need to replace them every 100 hours or at least once a year. Now the thermostat, on the other hand, while you can't really do a visual inspection of it, you should go ahead and replace it at least once a year. All right, so parts for changing out your anodes. There are 7 anodes that you're gonna have to change. You're gonna need those anodes, obviously, to replace them. And you're also gonna need a 10mm socket and ratchet. To replace the thermostat, you're gonna need a 10mm socket and a ratchet, as well as your replacement thermostat and the thermostat gasket. On older Tohatsus, there's 5 external anodes. On newer ones, there's 4. So the 5th one is your trim tab. The newer ones have been replaced and they're not zinc anymore. The other 4 external anodes, there's 2 on each side. So they're in the same place on both sides. So one is right here, and then the other one is over here. So we're gonna change out the external anodes. You're gonna need a 10mm wrench on an extension. All right, so to change these anodes out, all you're gonna do is come in, loosen them up, grab your new one. Just remember, guys, you don't have to replace these till they're 50% worn, or if, like this one, it's starting to show signs of marine growth on it. Once they start getting coated in any kind of marine growth, they're gonna stop working properly and you need to change them out. All you gotta do, put the new one in, throw that bolt through. With these ones, you don't wanna grease them because the grease can actually affect how well these anodes are working. It can disrupt the connectivity with the boat. Just get it nice and snug, good to go. That's how you're gonna change all of these out. Okay, there are 3 internal anodes. There's one right here, and then the third one is underneath this cover next to your thermostat. 10mm socket, loosen it up, pulls right out. All right, so you see here we have our old anode and our new anode. And as you can see, the old anode has a lot of corrosion on it. It's actually missing a chunk right here. You can also see some buildup of marine growth. So these anodes actually sit in the cooling system for your motor. So they are coming in direct contact with salt water. So we're gonna go ahead and change these suckers out. Again, 10mm, slide it in there. There we go. There you go. Change out the thermostat. We're gonna start by removing these 4 bolts. 10mm wrench to pull them off. Once we got our bolts off, just pop that side piece. You see the cover comes off and just flip it out of your way. All right, and if you can see in here, here's your thermostat, and then our other anode is right here. Change this anode out, 10mm wrench, pull it right out, and then to change the thermostat out, it just pulls right out. Now, it's important to make sure you're flushing your motor because you will get corrosion in here. This thermostat is sitting in salt water. It's part of your cooling system. So that's part of why you need to be flushing your motor every time you use it. You can see here, old thermostat versus the new one. This is starting to get some corrosion build up. This has been in the motor for 3 years because I didn't follow the service manual. And that's why you should follow the service manual. To replace it, the new one, just slide it in there and you're good. Gasket's gonna go this way. All right, so we're gonna put the new gasket on. The easiest way to do this is just go ahead and line it up with the cover. Stick a couple bolts through. I got them through the top. Then we can go ahead, bring the cover back around. Use those bolts to guide that cover back into place. Watch it fight you because there you go. All right, got that cover in place. Now when I'm tightening any kind of gasket down, I like to use a crisscross pattern. So I'll start here, then go down across, come over, and then up. And that way I can tighten this down evenly and not risk damaging the gasket. There you go, new thermostat. Hope that helped you out. Thanks for following along in this maintenance series, and thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage.